All right, welcome into another day of our daily Devos in the Psalms. Pastor Rick here, and we are just making great progress. Just one step at a time, making our way through the book of Psalms. We are in Psalm 91 today. What? All right, so new hat, different state on my hat today. So again, let's drop in the comments, give it a 1 to 10. 1 being the worst, 10 being amazing. Let me know what you think. And we did cereal. We got some pretty good responses on the cereal comments. So now we got to go with ice cream flavor. What is your favorite ice cream flavor? If we get enough comments, if we get at least 15 comments on this video, I will tell you what my favorite ice cream is in the next video. It sounds like a fun game, so we'll play it. So give me a rating on the hat, 1 to 10, and drop in another comment for your favorite ice cream. Also, if you wouldn't mind liking the video and commenting, it makes more people be able to find the video, and that's fun. So, all right, so there you have it. So Psalm 91, the protection of the Most High. And I don't know about you, but that sounds like a pretty good deal. So let's read what it has to say. And I think we're going to do Psalm 91 in 2 pieces. It is 16 verses long, so we're going to go ahead and take 8 and 8. So we're going to do verses 1 through 8 today, and then we'll tackle 9 through 16 tomorrow. So here we go. The one who lives under the protection of the Most High dwells in the shadow of the Almighty. So the one who lives under the protection of the Most High. So there's a coming up under, a submitting, a surrendering, a submission to, dwells in the shadow, and that's spoken of it's like imagery of protection, the shadow of the Almighty. And certainly the title Almighty there is no small detail, right? Because if you're going to be in the shadow of or under the protection of, we have the Most High and the Almighty. So the highest ranking and the most capable. So the God that nurtures and rules. It's a pretty amazing little description big description of who God is. And so that, my friends, is the God that we serve. That is who we are living under the protection of. And it's so important that we recognize the position of it so that we don't come in arrogant and proud and then expecting that God's just going to do whatever protecting that we think we deserve. To understand the proper position, God gives grace, unmerited favor to the humble, and he resists the proud. So we just want to make sure that we get that position piece. I will say concerning the Lord, who is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. And I love that my God piece, just the personalizing of the relationship with God in whom I trust. He himself will rescue you from the bird trap, from the destructive plague. So what is it about a bird trap? It's a sneak attack, y'all. Birds don't see it coming. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't know they were going to get stuck in a trap. And the destructive plague, I mean, do you have a lot of control over that? I think not. So here we're seeing God protect us, protect Israel, protect the psalmist here from things unseen, things unplanned for, things that you didn't know were coming. And it says rescue you from the bird trap. And that could both be preventing you from falling into the trap to begin with, or should you fall into the trap, rescuing you from that trap. So it's a little bit of both. So if you've ever found yourself, maybe you made a really dumb decision and God's still gracious and merciful enough to save us even out of those predicaments, because that's just how good he is. He will cover you with his feathers. You will take refuge under his wings. So this imagery of the feathers kind of goes towards the imagery of the Ark of the Covenant and the cherubim that spread their wings over the mercy seat. You're covered with the mercy of God. You're covered with the wings and taking refuge under his wings, to take refuge in that place. Like, imagine a bird, protecting its young under its wing and just being like, come on in close, and I got you. No predator is going to come get you. They won't even know you're here. I will hide you under the cover of my wings. Such a beautiful picture of God's relationship with us is that he wants us to draw in close. He wants us to be near him. Like, nearness to God is the greatest level of protection, the greatest level of safety, the greatest level of refuge, and the fortress aspect of our relationship with God. Nearness. Take refuge under his wings. His faithfulness that never fails, never ceases, never comes to an end, will be a protective shield. He will not fear the terror of the night, the arrow that flies by day, the plague that stalks in the darkness, or the pestilence that ravages at noon. Again, if you think about the terror of the night, black night, dark, unseen, you don't see the terror of the night coming. The arrow that flies by day, you might hear it, but you're not going to see it. So these are literally things that are completely outside of our control, really, to protect ourselves from. And these are the protective shield of his faithfulness, so that we don't have to fear the terror of the night, or the arrow that flies by day, or the plague that stalks in the darkness, or the pestilence that ravages at noon. Though 1,000 fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, though everything around you seems to be falling apart, the pestilence will not reach you. You will only see it with your eyes and witness the punishment of the wicked. I mean, if you think about the Israelites in Egypt and the judgment that was coming upon the Egyptians, I mean, this is what they were seeing, right? They were seeing all kinds of plagues coming in the darkness and pestilence, and they were seeing all this stuff happening, and yet they saw nothing come to touch them. The land of Goshen was unaffected by so many of the plagues that the language of this psalm even harkens back to the protection of the Lord and the passing over of the death angel. And it's just such a powerful picture when we cover ourselves, we cover our homes, with the blood of the Lamb, right? We come under the protection of Jesus and his blood shed on the cross for us. That identifies us with his sacrifice. Then we are protected from the pestilence, from the plague, and we don't have to fall victim to those plans of the enemy. It's a pretty powerful thing. And, ultimately, even though we might experience some challenges in life, I wanted to look at a verse. I'm going to just try to get close here. I continually, let's see, so verse 21 is where we kind of want to start. This is Lamentations chapter 3. Yet I call this to mind, and therefore I have hope. I call this to my mind. I choose to think about, I choose to remember, and therefore I have hope. What, Jeremiah, are you calling to your mind? What are you choosing to think about? This is what he was thinking about. Because of the Lord's faithful love, we do not perish, for his mercies never end. They're new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. Great is your faithfulness. Great is your faithfulness. I say the Lord is my portion. Therefore I will put my hope in him. The Lord is good to those who wait for him, to the person who seeks him. That's a good word for someone today, right? You know, like seek him, wait for him, seek him, wait for him. He's good. He's good. But this piece about the Lord is my portion. You know, they talked about portion. You know, that was their inheritance. And for most Israelites, they looked at land as their portion. And when they went into exile, guess what they did not have? They did not have a portion. But Jeremiah is saying, the Lord is my portion, and therefore I will put my hope in him. When we put our faith and our confidence, our trust, our everything we've got in him, we cannot be taken down. We become indestructible in a sense. Like our faith becomes ironclad because he is our portion and he cannot be taken away from us. So anyways, let him cover you with his feathers today. Take refuge under his wings. Draw near unto him. Seek him and wait for him. All right. God bless you. Have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow.